We are the Honeywell
Heroes.
Look at that. I mean,
Did I hit a good note?
I think you've done this a time or
Because
two.
here's what I'm trying to do. Whoosh, start off with a bang, baby. You know?
Home run or grand slam?
Probably a home run because it's a Honeywell Hero home run, the 3H, Triple H, you know?
Yes. I really, gosh, darn, dude. But I think you've done this before, so.
Yeah, a couple times.
I mean.
Actually, you know what? I don't know if I've ever did a podcast. Maybe once. It was a long time ago. I did it in Fulton, actually.
Fulton, Illinois.
Now that you said that, yeah.
Wow. Fulton. That's.
Anyways.
Hey.
So, for everybody that does not know, I go by the name Random Tanner. This is
JP Stenda.
That's right. And we are the Honeywell Heroes. And this is episode 1, first time ever.
Boom. God darn, dude. Hey, you got.
I got them strong knuckles,
I
boy?
think, can we just quit now? We're done. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think so. What are you drinking over there?
A little something.
Is that water?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Trying to stay hydrated.
Yeah, hydrated. Hey, you learned well in PE class in high school when they said stay hydrated, eat healthy, eat your vegetables.
That's why I was always at the drinking fountain, you know?
I remember you always being there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And at the concession stand. That was a thing of the past. We did have a concession stand.
Yeah. And I feel like you loved snacks at an early age. You love snacks.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Whatever, dude.
But here's the thing, it was okay, and it's okay to like them now, but...
Right. Everything's fine.
As long as it's in moderation.
Snack time, baby. Anyway, so look, tell these wonderful people that are tuning in right now, tell them about what this is, who you are, and why we're doing this.
All right, guys. Well, my real name is Jeremy Patrick Stenda. I will not give you my date of birth. I am from Clinton, Iowa.
What's your social? No, I'm just kidding. Keep going.
You can probably find it online.
Okay.
You know? So, myself, Random Tanner, we've kind of wanted to do this podcast deal for a while. Really geared more towards me because I've always wanted to be. That's pretty impressive.
Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, I always wanted to talk about Steelers. I'm a big Steeler fan, sports in general.
Right.
Wanted to be a sports commentator when I was super young. Younger in like high school.
I remember. I used to tell you all the time.
Yeah, we talked about like Brad Seward and all that stuff. The Clinton River King voice. And
how was that? How'd that go?
Gosh, man, you gonna put me on the spot right now. If Lakin,
that's what this is. This is on the spot, bro.
If David Lakin, or Mark Mashevitz is watching, I think Mark always has a better ring, right? Mark Mashevitz for 3-point basket.
Oh my God.
That's Brad.
That was supposed to be you. You're supposed to be doing that right now in life.
I know, but I'm not.
But we're here though, so
we're here, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, I always want to do that, and I think obviously I went different directions, and so long story short, grew up in Clinton. Me and Tanner graduated high school together. Went to college at Ashford. I've been in law enforcement for 12 years, and I just always wanted to get into this type of thing, and I think this is the best way for me to be able to do it and have like a hobby. And see where this takes off. I think people are going to like it. I know you guys are going to like it. If you don't, we're going to have beef, and we're going to meet up somewhere and square up about it. No, we're not really going to do that. But, just want to get people involved. We want to talk about sports, things you're doing in the community, what we can do to help you. We're going to bring on guests that are
Michael Jordan?
Well,
Big Ben?
We could bring Big Ben.
Okay.
Michael Jordan, really honestly.
He'd probably just smoke a cigar or something sitting here.
Yeah. Smoke a cigar and a little bit of whiskey.
Yeah.
I like where your mind's at.
Okay.
Dude. You're always a step ahead. I think sometimes I'm a step ahead of you, and then I'm.
Oh my God, shut up. Anyways, okay, so I go by the name Random Tanner, aka Tanner Skiff. I've been doing music for. We actually just discussed this. I think almost 20 years now. Oh, I heard a little crack action. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I've been doing music for close to 20 years now, and I actually just recently opened a sporting goods store in Clinton with my family called Rival Sports. It's up in the Lions district of Clinton, and the address is 85 Main Avenue. So if you are ever in the need or want for anything to do with sporting goods or cool stuff like trading cards or Nerf stuff or all kinds of cool stuff, man, stop in 85 Main Avenue, Rival Sports. You can Google us because that's how you know it's real. So, yeah. And then we decided to venture into this, and this is going to be cool, man. Honeywell Heroes. We kind of just came up with the name, a couple days ago?
Okay, well, here's the thing. Let's be honest.
What?
Like, we can't lie to the people that are going to watch
Well,
this.
we're not liars, no.
I know that. But here's the thing, guys. I didn't come up with a name. All right? Here's the name that I actually came up with. All right? And I'm going to be honest.
You got to say it. You got to say it in the voice, though.
Okay, I will. Right. But the name that I came up with this name of, I always like to say, it ain't much, but it's honest work. All right? And I thought, it ain't much, but it's honest talk.
Yeah, that's cool, but...
Right. See, you
remember the reason why I said no, because then people will search us and they won't find us. So.
Right. See, so that's the difference between you and I is that your skill level of doing this for 20 years and I have 0. And, I thought in my eyes, like, hey, this is cool. This is great. Maybe like 2 people would have thought it was cool. But yeah, so, then Random tells me like, hey man, that's cool. But, when he says the but, here's the thing. I've known the guy for 22 years.
But with 1 T.
Yeah. Yeah. But with just 1 T.
That's right.
When he tells me something like that, I'm like, okay. And he's being nice and being like, instead of saying, hey, Stenda, you're an idiot or it's not going to work.
I would never say that.
Yeah, he would. He has before. But, yeah, that was my name. But, Random came up with this. I actually came up with Random Tanner's name in general for his music. He won't tell you guys that. Actually, I didn't. But, so that's how Random came up with it. But, yes, I think we've come together to do this.
You want me to tell these people why I came up with this name? Like why it crossed my mind? Well,
go for it.
The reason why it crossed my mind is because the first time me and JP met was at Honeywell, right?
Yes.
And then we grew into, we weren't even on the same team at this point when we were younger.
No, we were not.
You actually came and gave me a piece of bubble gum. That's how we met.
What team did I play for?
Was it the Cubs? Was it?
My man.
Your favorite team?
My man. You got it going, dog.
So was I on the Braves at that point? Yeah.
Yeah, you were on the Braves with Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that's how we met, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. And plus, it's nostalgic. Plus, if you're local, you know what Honeywell is. So, I actually, a few years back, I was the head umpire at Honeywell for like about 10 years. And at one point throughout that tenure, they decided to sell all their old jerseys. So I went through this totes, and I'm like, dude, these jerseys up here hanging on the wall are, the left one is mine folded in half. The right one is Stenda's folded in half. And at first, I don't know why is yours so much smaller? I've been trying to figure that out.
What are you saying? I was bigger than you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bigger.
Rounder. But I was tall, though, so that's probably why.
You weren't that much taller. But, okay, I get what you're saying. I was fatter. I get it. As a young kid, I'm fine.
You're good looking. That's fine. Anyway, so that's how we met. We ended up being on the same team.
Do you remember, before you go any further, do you remember how we found out we were going to be on the same team? Going into 7th grade, 6th grade.
I don't.
I lived on Buell Avenue.
Yeah.
Who lived down the street from me?
Somebody that told us?
We're going to give her a shout out. You don't know? Well, he doesn't know.
I know
he doesn't even know.
I know a ton of people that live down the street, but it's somebody that told us?
Do you remember where you were at when I told you we were going to be on the Braves together? I got drafted.
Were you screaming it?
Yes.
I remember.
Whose house?
Well, I don't remember whose house.
Aaron Fig.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because didn't you like fly up on your bike?
I was on my bicycle. I was pedaling on my bike like,
yeah,
we're good. Yeah, that was a good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I do remember. I remember that. So yeah, that was cool. So that's actually how all of this started. But it's pretty cool. We have our original jersey still. Yeah. So and these, my mom just brought me these last night. They're the official trading cards that I got when I was on the Braves. This is from when I didn't even know you then when I had these. No. I was 9 years old at this point. 4'11". And my favorite team was the White Sox, but I don't know why because that's not true. So.
Well, who do you really think you like then?
I don't know. I apparently like Frank Thomas, so that must be why.
What'd they name him? The Big Hurt.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
You're not, here's the thing. You're definitely not 4'9".
4'11".
Or 4'11". And I'm going to say this.
I'm sure not 93 pounds anymore either.
I'm going to tell you, you're a little bit big. Listen, it's bulking season. You're bulking up.
Just in case, in case the food runs out, I want to be sure.
Yeah. And snack time is important.
You know it.
Yeah. So, not to even cut Random off here, but like we want to have fun with this. We're going to run with it. We want to bring people on each week or, as often as we can and get people's opinions on on sports in general, but also we're going to get coaches and teachers and former athletes and current athletes, and we want to have fun with it, run with it. If we're going to be serious for a couple minutes on this part or 30 seconds, we just want to get people involved in the community and show them what they're doing. And we want all your feedback, all we can get. And we're gonna have fun giveaways. We're gonna have food challenges. We're gonna do whatever, because guess what? That's who we are.
Yeah.
We're random. I think before we move on and go into things, random makes a lot of sense because he is random, and I think it is like there's no what do you say, like it? I don't want. There's no plainness, if that's even a word. It's probably not.
Plainness.
Is plainness a word? Get the dictionary out. Is plainness even a word?
Let's check it out. You keep talking though. But
All right.
I'm gonna look.
Okay, look. There's no plainness, and I don't think I'm a plain guy. I can be maybe, I don't know, predictable, but I like to have fun. We like to live life, and that's the way we live. And we haven't changed since the time we met at Honeywell 22 years ago, and we don't plan on changing. So
Plainness. Simple quality. The quality of being simple without decoration or without anything added. So yes, that is a word.
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
So that's where we're at, and that's all I got to say.
So this podcast is going to be just as much your guys' as it is ours. So we want to hear feedback always too, in the comments, or if you see us out, maybe you checked out the podcast, maybe you listened, maybe you watched, doesn't matter how you checked it out. But if you want to hear something, you want us to do something crazy, whatever, please feel free to give solid feedback, and we will try to make your dreams come true. That's what we're here for.
Hey, another one. I'm going to give you a pound for that. You really have a way with your words.
Taking me to Pound Town, bro.
Okay.
Good job. Dude.
Well, you're married, so I can't. Sorry viewers, but I can't do that. He's married, but I like it. I think let's kick this off. So again, we talked about sports, all those things. We're going to start, guys, because here's the deal. Look what I'm wearing. All right. And I'm sure you guys are looking at number 8, and you're like, it's Kenny Pickett. It's not Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is not the quarterback in this jersey. All right.
Who is it?
Tommy Maddox. And you probably have zero clue, and the viewers are probably like, who the hell is Tommy Maddox?
You're funny, dude.
He was a quarterback for the Steelers, and Big Ben.
Did Big Ben take his spot?
He may have, and never looked back, and Ben was the greatest ever player for the Steelers. Nonetheless, we're going to talk about the Steelers first, just a little bit, very quickly, roll through it, and we're going to start busting through some stuff, get you guys going into things and whatever. But
whatever that means.
All right, I don't know what it means.
Going through the things.
We're going to go through some of the itinerary.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Sounding real fancy, buddy.
I like it. Hey, did you want some popcorn or?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. If you guys want popcorn,
I put it there just in case. If I start to feel like my blood sugar's getting low or something, or it's been 10 minutes since I had a snack, it'll be time to crunch.
Here's the thing. One thing about you always have a snack around you.
Yeah.
Like there's always something available.
Like within arm's reach.
Yes. Like you have to be able to maneuver and get them.
That's actually true because I got one on the left side too.
And we don't want people to see what that is.
No, that's a surprise, shouty.
And that voice is like a mixture of
Fergie
and Jesus.
And Jesus.
Yeah, you got it. So, all right, man.
What are we going to do? Get into Steelers talk?
We're going to start with that real quick, and then we're moving on because I'm disgusted with my life. My life. It's probably a lot of the reason why the Steelers right now, guys, are not winning is because
it's because of you.
I'm not the coach. I'm not Mike Tomlin.
Fair enough.
I'm not part of the organization. If they figured out, you know how many emails I've sent on their website over the years? I mean, I know you're laughing. I know it. Think it's funny.
I know. It's funny because I know you're serious. So.
But I ain't lying. I don't care.
I know.
I wasn't a young kid
if
when
you're
I was
lying,
doing
you're dying, buddy.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And, you think at some point they'd call me up and be like, hey, man, you're from Iowa, and you sound like you know what you're talking about, or you stole the playbook from Madden 2023. Cool. I'll show you how to do it. Here's the thing. First thing I'm going to talk about is T.J. Watt is back. And if anybody knows who T.J. Watt is, you know who T.J. Watt is.
I know T.J. Watt.
Okay.
Beast.
Stud.
Yeah.
All right. Gets injured the first week. We beat the Bengals. And, Bengals were, AFC champions, go to the Super Bowl, get beat, whatever.
Fair enough.
Watt's back. Or, gets hurt. He's out for the last 8 weeks.
Is he back now? He's coming back?
He's starting this Sunday. He's back against the Saints.
Wow.
We're underdogs, but, here's the thing. Watt's back.
Yeah.
But here's the
game changer. That's what he is,
He is. You watch him play. He is a game wrecker.
He plays like I do.
Yes. You were a game wrecker at, where was it? Lions Middle School Football, 8th grade?
For 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
We're
talking about TJ Watt.
Okay, we're talking about Watt.
Not T-Skiff.
Okay, not T-Skiff. And he's back. And, I think the last 7 weeks that we've watched him, if you're really a Steeler fan or football fan, is we are the highest paid defense in the NFL.
That's true.
All right.
Or are you making that up?
We are. I ain't making.
If you're lying, you're
jack
dying.
up. I ain't dying.
Okay.
Watt and Fitzpatrick make up that defense, right? Fitzpatrick's at the safety position, free safety, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And he goes out. We beat the Bengals, and everyone's like, wow. Wow, we're 1-0. He gets injured. He's out the last 7 weeks. Well, what's happened since then? We've lost. We're 2-6. And we are the highest paid defense in the NFL. And guess what? We, without TJ Watt, we are mediocre at best. We are terrible without him. And I think it just proved, number one, how much better he makes the other players when he's in the game. But also this, that you're spending way too much money on positions that, guess what, are clearly it's shown that we're not, I don't know what to even say, that we're overrated in that position.
Keep going. I got to get something real quick.
Yeah, we're overrated in that position, or position defensively, and I like that. Yeah. To have that much money spent on a defense, and then to watch one guy go down out of 11 positions, and then to now be 2-6 and lose all those games and literally look mediocre at best is disgusting.
It's got to be frustrating, especially for you, bro.
It is. I'm just saying, here's the thing. Defense is overrated. Watt is the game changer. I think everybody in the NFL agrees with that, right?
Yeah, anybody that, even if you're not a fan, you know that.
You watch a guy takes out the whole one side of the offensive line, and it's just crazy. But he's been out for 7 weeks, and we are terrible on defense. Let's not even talk about offense yet. So I just think you talk about a lot, man. Yeah. I'm just saying this. Here's the thing. Watt's back. It's great, but here's the thing. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Holy.
You want 911?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I just, at the end of the day, I think it's great he's back, but here's the deal. We're 2-6. We're going to win 5 games if we're lucky. If we're lucky. I'd say this, and I wonder if he's even truthfully healed all the way, because it was a pec injury. That's scary. When they were saying at first that he tore his pec in that game against the Bengals, you watched his lips on the sideline. What was he saying? He was saying, "I think I tore my pec."
Yeah. I remember. I know what you're talking about.
We were talking about that. It's like, why bring him back?
Right.
Do you think it's? Here's my question to you: do you think? I know it's 2-6. You still have half of the season left, but I think based on what we've seen with Pittsburgh, quarterback play. Well, not even that. We'll just say the offensive coordinator and personnel and all that. Is it worth to rush him back? A guy that's the franchise guy, all the money you're paying him to. What if something happens this game back and he's done forever? Mm-hmm. What do you do? Is it worth it? That's what I want to know from anybody.
Probably not. I mean, how could it be? It's kind of like you rushing back to work with your foot, dude. It's not worth it.
Man, listen, man, I'm getting old.
We need you healthy, dude, for fantasy.
You do need me healthy, but
because you can't perform, I won't get my fantasy points if you can't perform at work, dude.
That's true.
Because you're on my team.
What's the team name?
I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness!
Oink.
Get this guy. Oink. Oh man, you gonna throw the pigs in there? All right, guys. Listen,
Let's go, baby.
This guy, he might say oink, but he loves the police.
Well, I love everything that comes from a pig: ham, sausage,
bacon. Does bacon come from a pig?
The sausage doesn't, though, does it? Sausage from a cow. I don't know, actually.
I think sausage comes from. What was that commercial?
You should know, dude, because you love sausage.
All right, now you getting on some weird stuff here, and I think that moonshine is taking over. So, all right, we talk about Watt. Here's the next point. Here's the deal. Matt Canada. If any of you guys,
yeah.
I know because we talked on the phone about him.
Yeah.
And Matt Canada for the Steelers, he's their offensive coordinator. He's terrible. And here's the bottom line.
You don't like him?
I despise that guy. When I see him, his every week on Facebook, on the Steelers pages, I follow like 100 of those pages, and I comment every.
I was going to say, you probably comment on all the pages.
You know I'd be commenting. Guess what? I get some people trying to fight with me.
Really?
And I know that, like, I'll click on their profile, and I'm like, you live in, like, Kansas City? I'm like, that's not really that far. I could drive there, and guess what? Like, I'll throw down with you. You probably whoop me, but I don't care.
Well, if they're from Kansas City, they like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we ain't even talking about him yet. Right. But you know, I see the stuff on Facebook, and he talks about all the articles are this, where our offense is they're this close to turning the point. And I'm like, bro, you're calling the plays. These players do not like you, and they've expressed it every week about you that you have no clue what you're doing. He does not fit with the personnel that we have. Wide receivers, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Freiermuth at tight end, Najee Harris. Play calling is atrocious. We traded away Claypool, who he's playing him in the slot, which he's an outside guy. And here's the thing. Canada was the quarterback's coach for 1 year, and then he becomes the offensive coordinator with no experience whatsoever. And I think the bottom line is this.
He's a stud, dude. I love him.
Okay. I know that you're lying, but I also feel like you're just doing it because you know that I'm going to get
fired up.
And I am getting fired up because he's terrible. And he has proven that he is wasted.
Don't get fired up.
Listen, I know you watch it.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers it. Okay. Here, I'm going to cheers you. Hold on.
I got to relax a little, dude. It's just Matt Canada. It's no big deal.
This is not to Matt Canada. These are good guys, by the way. I'll show you what's up with these in a minute. But anyway, I don't want to get like too far, but he is not in a position that he rightfully, I believe, had experience or has proven that he's should be there. And we've suffered because of him. And again, I'll say it a million times, he just does not fit the personnel that we have. We have skill players. If you talk to anybody that talks about him, ESPN, we have all the skill players to be great. We really do. But we have somebody who
there's no reason Steelers should be 2-6 because of how solid their talent is.
Yes,
right?
On both sides.
Okay,
and so I think again, I don't know.
So you think it all leads to the play calling?
I think it goes. I believe it goes to number one, the play calling, and then you have a guy that is trying to run a college offense because where he came from, that was his only experience. He had no NFL experience.
Okay,
and then. Yeah, he comes in and he proves that the only reason why they went to the playoffs last year is guess who was the quarterback?
Big Ben.
Okay, there we go. That's all I got to say, Big Ben, 2 words. That's why they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. So, it's terrible. And they've been terrible at offensive coordinator before we move on from this. It was Randy Finkner was the offensive coordinator before Matt Canada, right?
Okay.
And
you said right, but I actually don't know, but I'm agreeing.
Okay, you agree with me.
You could have said any name.
I know. I could have said, I don't know, John Doe. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
But nonetheless.
Anyway.
Randy Fickner is the offensive coordinator before Matt Canada. Guess what Randy Fickner was before he was the offensive coordinator? The quarterback's coach.
Okay.
And then he gets promoted to offensive coordinator. And then guess what? They fire him. And then guess who they promote to the offensive coordinator? The quarterback's coach of 1 year, Matt Canada. It just doesn't work, It just doesn't work, and so I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna go to the third point because I can't stand.
That's fine. We can move on. We got plenty of podcasts.
I know, but dude, here's the thing, guys. Before we move on from this, we are gonna have more in-depth stuff. But right now, I'm just so upset about watching them that I would like to throw my Xbox controller through my TV. Which I'm not gonna lie, I've done it before. We've talked about this before, and I'm not gonna get into that right now. But there's so many things I have, so many things I've written down and we talk about that just make my blood boil. But we're gonna move on. So we're gonna move on to something else.
I can move on.
Well, hold on.
You want me to bring it some other lane?
Bring it up. Let's go. Step it up.
We're gonna go complete opposite. Left field from that situation. So we're talking about the Steelers. Now we're going to move on to the NBA a little bit. And we're going to talk about the Bulls because I've...
Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen?
Neither.
Are they still playing or no?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
If you watch old videos, they're still, that's.
You gotta be from West Virginia to drink that stuff, man.
Yeah, buddy.
But I'm from West Virginia.
So, anyways, I've been pretty invested in the Bulls lately. They got a fun team to watch. Now the record maybe isn't where it should be at, but they're this team, and I've watched I think almost every game but two or one or two. And they're a team that likes to get behind, and then they like to fight their way back every single. I don't think they've won. Well, I know they haven't won by a blowout yet at all this season, which it's cool to watch because the games are always intense. But you know how close games, doesn't matter what sport. It's as a fan, it's like, oh my god, it's frustrating if they're not, performing the way that they should be performing. You know how you feel, anyway. So,
Tell me this? Who's the stud for the Bulls? Because I have not watched the Bulls since Michael Jordan.
Really, it's been that long. So their stud right now is DeMar DeRozan. He led the NBA in scoring last year, I believe. I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was.
Can he dunk?
Yeah, he can.
Okay. All right. I just want to know if he could dunk. That's it. That's all
I don't know. I don't know if it was total points or it was something like that. But I don't know. So, but yeah, and then they have Zach LaVine. Do you know Zach LaVine?
Is that Adam Levine's brother?
No.
I always think that's his brother. Hold on, I'm about to look at the Bulls roster, dude.
Yeah, look at their.
All right,
check it
so
out.
Levine, keep going. I'm looking it up. You keep going.
So
let's go.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I mean, they have Lonzo Ball, but he's been out for ever, literally over a year, I believe.
He's making $20 million a year.
Who, DeRozan?
No, Ball, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He's pretty good though.
Does he start?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's been hurt. He's been hurt for a long time, but yeah, he's a stud, man. He got really good after the Lakers traded him, and he got good. But they also have big man Nikola Vucevic, Big Vooch.
Okay.
He's one of them guys that kind of plays like how they used to play. Like he's a true center, so it's cool to watch. Well, I don't know if I should say that because he's really good at shooting the three too. But
like Shaq or what?
No,
Shaq couldn't even make a free throw.
Did he ever shoot a 3-pointer?
I think he did. Yeah,
really?
he's shot a few and he made a few.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Like probably one-handed or something.
I mean, I think you remember how he shot the free. Yeah. I mean, it's like, dude, bro, but whatever.
But yeah, so Vooch actually leads the league right now in total rebounds, so that's pretty cool.
Okay,
yeah, that's interesting.
So how tell me this, watching them, just watching the Bulls. Do you think I'm not even talking about offense, but defensively? Do you feel like they actually play defense where it's like, hey, I want to lock my man up, I want to play D, or they're just like, hey, man, you get past me, hey, man, make a layup, go for it.
That's a good question because I know, especially coming from somebody like you who hasn't watched it really since back in the Jordan era.
Which is 24 years ago.
Yeah, so.
Well, when he left the Bulls.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's hard to say, but, I feel like it depends on the game, honestly. Okay. And I don't know what it depends on, but sometimes, dude, they kill it. Sometimes they kill it on defense. It's fun. To me, it's fun when you watch an NBA game nowadays and they hold their opponent to under 100 points or under 90 points. That's sweet, dude. It's fun because you know that they're there that game. They're in it. They're trying to win. I wish they would play hard every single game like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what varies, or I don't know if it's just the day or the weather or the city. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But no, it's. To me, in my true, honest opinion, when you're watching an NBA team and they're playing defense, it's way more exciting. But that's just a personal opinion. I know today's age, it's an offensive game, and that's not just basketball either. Football, I feel like it's everybody wants to watch the offense. That's how they're selling tickets and putting people in the seats. So, and plus social media plays a huge role in that. I think that's the way they market, and it's, come watch Steph Curry shoot 3-pointers, and come watch Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes throw touchdown passes. You know how it goes. So,
So here's a question on basketball, even though you were saying, which I agree with you 100%. That nowadays it's just geared towards offense. Does it make a difference though, for the youth, where the youth are okay, let's be honest. You talk to these kids who are I want to be LeBron. Well, I'm not saying LeBron doesn't play defense because he does, but I can even not even looking this stat up, guys. Jordan was an all NBA defensive team. He was first team all defensive team 9 or 10 times. I think LeBron's been that once in his career. Yeah. Jordan, besides the highest, I think he still has the highest league average, doesn't he? If you could look it up, I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
not sure.
Like points per game in a regular season, like still has the highest average ever. Like
I wonder who even wins the defensive awards.
I don't know.
I'm curious how they even choose those.
But like, does that affect these kids? Like, regardless of if I'm right or wrong in the stats, doesn't even matter. Do they look at it and they're like, "Oh, I just want to score points. I don't care about playing defense. I just want to, I just want to be like LeBron. I want to be like Steph Curry, shoot the ball 20 times from the 3-point field goal line." Like, I get that, but like, are these kids like going away from like developing the all around game?
Right.
Like defense.
I mean, clearly. I mean, even when we
offense.
were young, though, all these guys in the NFL and the NBA and the MLB and whatever other professional sports you watch, it's huge influence on the kids. So the way that they're marketing, however they want to market it in this era or that era, that's the way these kids are gonna want to play. So all these kids want to do all the sweet moves, and and they want to shoot all the threes, and they want to be Steph Curry, and they want to be LeBron, and it's just not really realistic. That's why it's always good to like I try to teach like my kids like play defense, hustle, and this goes for all sports. Be the kid that stands out to a coach, because a lot of these guys probably got to this point because they did those things.
Yes.
And then they get to the NBA, and they can play the game that they want to play because of who they are, and they're selling jerseys and selling tickets, So I get it to an extent because, we're trying to do the same thing in a weird, way tinier, smaller scale. Like, we want to try to stand out and do something different to be able to have people watch us and listen to us like you guys are. So, I don't know. I'm probably getting way off subject.
No, you're not. No, but you get like that's how we do it.
But such a huge influence on the kids. Now that can be positive and negative. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are positive role models and hustlers and stuff like that. So hopefully they, the kids pay attention to that. But
so like having kids like, and obviously I know, Random's kids and been around them for a long time. Like, do you like you saying that about like, hey, you tell them like, hey, I want you to hustle, and I've heard you say that's like your daughter, your son, those things, which I believe that like that's what you do preach. But like, do you think like even when you say that, which this is maybe a dumb question to even ask you, but do you think when you say those things, like, are they like, my dad said this, like, yeah, heck yeah, or my mom, or are they just like, my dad don't know what he's talking about? Dad's old, man. Just like when they're like, oh yeah, JP Stenda, when they say stuff to me, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm just up to par. We're up to par. We're above you. We still stay up, like, I just feel like they're like, do you think they're like, they believe in that, or are they just kind of like, well, I go to school and I'm like, oh, my kid says, or my buddy says it's like, all right.
I think the latter of the two. I think most of the time my kids think I'm just full of it. Like, I always have to remind them, like, I really do know what I'm talking about. Like, especially if we're talking about basketball or baseball/softball. Like, I do know.
Sports in general. Because you do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about football, but.
You don't have to, though.
But just in general of how to be coachable and how to impress a coach or, at least try. Like, I always say, like, just keep hustling. Just don't stop hustling. Don't stop trying. And don't stop trying to learn. You know what I mean? Like, that's huge. Because, you've coached. You know how it is, dude. Like, you want the kids that are really trying and want to improve and want to work and stuff like that. So
you do. And I think, when I think back to, like, and, I haven't coached for, been, 4 years now.
Yeah.
Like, and I think, it is the difference. Like, I will say, like, it's again, like, we talk about, like, different eras. Like, it's kind of like comparing Jordan and LeBron, right? Way different eras. Like, it's really hard to compare those because they're way different eras. And if you haven't seen both of them, you can't really make the comparison or whatever. But I think, like, it has changed a lot. But I do think at the end of the day, and I hate saying this, but I think seeing society in general, the accountability for, if you just talk about parents in general with their kids, is like, my kid, and we all say this, like, oh, my kid can never do no wrong, or I take it back. My kid, oh yeah, he'd do that, like, I want him held accountable. But then when it happens, they're like, my kid wouldn't do that.
It's hard. It's definitely a hard thing. You see your kid in a different way than everybody else does. So.
Yeah, and see, I don't have kids, and see, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm like,
I'm sure I'm guilty of doing that too. I feel like I'm usually pretty, like, non-biased or whatever when it comes to my kids. But no matter what, though, it's you always want your kid to be the best, no matter what.
I've heard you talk to your kids before, and I know you. I mean,
Yeah, whether they are actually the best or they just at least going back to what I said. You just try, like set a good example. Be the kid on the team that everybody else wants. I want to beat them when we're running sprints or whatever, like. Not that I never beat anybody in a sprint, but
you think you could beat me in a sprint right now?
Probably not.
We could go maybe one of these episodes. What do you guys think?
I bring the camera with us.
We bring the camera out there. Hey, listen, do a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And now, as long as at the end of it, there's like a couple.
If I can be in my vehicle, we're good.
You probably run me over. I mean, I guess you probably like swerve over and
thump.
Yeah, thump. Yeah. Take me out of my misery.
Oh, JP roadkill, baby.
Yeah. No, I like that, dude. I kind of want to just like, us talking about this, like getting into like the local sports and stuff. Like, I think it's important, again, like when we get people on here and just talking to you about it and other people is like, you really like, there's a big difference. And I think if you think about society right now, people want to live in the past. Like I can sit here and say like, look, Jordan's the greatest. And I still think Jordan's the greatest of all time. I haven't watched a lot of basketball of LeBron era when he was in his prime.
Right.
Okay. But I am a realistic person though. And here's the difference is that I might think that, but here's the deal. I know there's a lot of things out there. And I know that guess what? Things have changed. They've evolved. And as much as I want to believe that, maybe it's not true. And living like it's 1985, because that was the era you were in, and that was when it was thriving. If it was 2022, you're a dinosaur. What do we do now? Guess what? You don't police the way. I'd say this from law enforcement, which I wasn't in 1985. You didn't.
You weren't?
No, I wasn't even born yet.
Oh, okay.
But let's be honest. People don't police the way they policed in 1985 like they do. It's not the same way now. They don't.
I mean, people don't even communicate the same way.
Like, you don't teach. You don't coach. Everything has changed. So that's our job is to adapt.
I mean, bro, these kids don't even learn in school the same way we did in 2007. Like, it's not, that doesn't seem that far. I mean, it is, but it's not really.
15, 16 years. That's a long time. There's a lot
Think
that's
about how
changed.
different life was, even as a student or as an athlete. Like we didn't.
Absolutely.
We weren't worried about social media, and we actually communicated in person. And
we had to.
Yeah. So I don't know.
If he was like, "Hey, man, I want to go to the roller den."
Everything's different.
Yeah.
You just gotta adapt, bro. You just gotta adapt.
I like it, dude. I like where you're at there. You got anything else on that stuff? I mean, I feel like that was good. I really wanted to kind of like ask you that because I think like doing what you do, like with your music and then like your business, but you have kids out there like because you're going to run into like parents and coaches and different things. And I feel like that's, again, like I will always say this, like I can say like, I know what I would do. You're right. I can sit here and tell you all day as
in terms of what?
Like just in general, like here's what I would do with my kid or here's what I would do in this situation. More say like dealing with kids. Yeah. Because we're talking about sports.
I think you should just do whatever you feel like you need to do and don't worry about what anybody else thinks. But I feel like that about everything in life, especially the older I get, But
that's probably why you're kind of like you're thriving. Like you're thriving, you know what I mean? Like you're thriving.
Ooh.
Man, you got a voice too. I just love it. I don't know. Oh, man. I love it. All right, dude, I got one for you here. NFL. Yeah, we're going we're going to transition.
That's fine. We'll jump back and forth. And then I think what we should do today on this podcast, you should tell me the two hottest people you think in the NFL, and I'll tell you the two hottest NBA players. That's what I think.
Okay, I got you. So we're kind of moving. Okay, is that what you want to go with right now?
I don't care.
No, I like it. So in the NFL, I'm going. You already know I got. Even though I hate seeing this guy's name, Pat Mahomes. You already know. I hate seeing that guy's name.
I'm gonna take a drink.
Yeah, I've got one too, man. Hey guys.
Ooh, nice.
They probably think I'm nursing this, but here's the thing. I can't, while we're doing this, I can't be like, how I normally would.
Yeah, dude.
I may have had.
Because you're just going, bro. You're
going.
like the Energizer Bunny.
I mean, hey.
You're just going and flowing.
I mean, I can't flow like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm taking Mahomes. And here's the other.
No, I'm just talking about like this, like just, whatever. I guess it could be the whole season, whatever.
You saying,
or just this week? Just who the hottest is in your
Mahomes and Geno Smith. And
Geno,
dude. West Virginia Mountaineers,
the great
bro.
Bam Geno.
How do you exactly? How do you go against a guy who is the underdog, back up the majority of his career,
in my opinion,
comes out and people can say, "Well, what teams has he beaten?" Well, he's beaten the Cardinals in division. I think he's beaten them twice. Maybe I could be wrong. He's beaten the Rams. I can't. I can't think of all the teams for sure. 6-3, 50, I saw the stat yesterday. 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. A guy who's been in the league 11 years, who's been a backup the majority of his career.
It's 11 years?
I think it's 10 or 11 years at least.
I mean, it's cool. It's like inspiring to watch. You know?
He's underdog. You're talking about they traded away Russell Wilson from the Seahawks to the Broncos. The Broncos took him for $245 million
just to get beat by
by Geno Smith. The first game that he is the quarterback.
Yeah, that's sweet, dude.
And he beats the Broncos, beats Russell Wilson. If I'm Russell Wilson, you know what I do then? I quit. I'm done, dude.
I'm retired.
I am out of here. Why would you stay? Like at $245 million, and guess what, man? I just got beat by Geno Smith, who, Geno's really not that. Really? Geno backed him up last year when Russell was out with his finger deal. Mm-hmm. He almost beat the Steelers, but he didn't because, Steelers defense prevailed.
And they had Big Ben.
But, those are my guys. So that's cool in NFL, but I want to hear basketball because here's the thing. I'm not educated enough. I want to learn basketball because I want to get back into it. I'm glad we're watching the game out there earlier because that was kind of cool to see a little bit more how they do the defense or, how much or the pace of the game and all those different things.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys.
So, just in my opinion, hottest, Luka Doncic is the man, bro.
Who is he? Okay.
Luka.
I know I've heard his. I know
You've heard of Luka, dude. The only thing I don't like about Luka is he complains a lot. I don't like that. It's not fun. He's really fun to watch, bro. Like just the way he navigates. He's not quick, but he's just smooth and.
What am I looking here? 6'7", 230. What positions does he play? What is he? Oh, point guard, small forward. Wow.
Yeah, but I feel like these guys nowadays they all play every position. Well, kind of.
He's just kind of
he's leading the league in points per game.
Okay.
33.6. Steph Curry's at 32.6. So, and then, those are the only 33, 32. And then the next three are all 30 in the 31s. So, but yeah, dude, Luka, hot. But he
can he shoot? Can he? Does he? How? Like, can he play the? Here's the thing. I always like that because I look at him. I'm seeing right now 6'7", 6'7".
He's a triple-double machine, bro.
How can he play the post? Can he post up?
Against, I don't know, against certain guys. Anybody can if they want to. But yeah, he's smooth down low too.
Is he?
Yeah, he can kind of do it all.
Because I think I just like I said, it's been so far removed that I am from it. When I think of Jordan. Jordan was like posting. That was kind of like what he did. He just posted them up. Right. Now, was he posting up like 7 foot? Boy, he dunked over every person that
that existed. Yeah,
like I said, such a different era. But like, I think they probably are more versatile now.
Yeah,
they really are.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, they're all like, we can do this, and this, and some guys some teams have 7-footers bringing the ball up. It's crazy. Shaq couldn't even make a free throw, dude. Like, come on, dog. Right.
Like, you make all that money and you can't make a free throw.
Yeah.
You paint.
And then my other guy would just be Steph. I really like watching Steph Curry play just for the fact. Just for the simple fact that the man, if he wants to turn the switch on, man, he doesn't miss, dude.
Yeah.
He changes games every single game. So those would be my two right now.
All right, tell me this.
Obviously, it's tough, though. There's so many guys that are super, super fire. Devin Booker's hot. Giannis, always a beast. You just go down the line. It's Kevin Durant, although I'm not a fan of Kevin Durant.
He's kind of like LeBron, where he needs to shave his head. Because I'm serious.
They need to give it up,
dude. No, it's like you're going bald. It's kind of like me when I officially go bald. I'm cutting this sucker off. I can't leave it. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of like LeBron. It's like just do Rogaine. Like Rogaine would work, but that guy will keep like the difference between I think LeBron and Jordan was that. Jordan, when he knew his head was going bald,
he knew it was time.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
And LeBron just doesn't. He just keeps holding on to it, dude. I don't know. But here, man, tell me, this is before we move on. Who's the most overrated player in the NBA right now? And I'm going to take one for that because I liked your response to that. I think you're thinking about this. Man,
the most overrated player?
Yeah, most overrated.
Tough, dude.
I don't care what it could even be. If they say he's great at defense, whatever. Who's the most overrated player?
Maybe James Harden, dude. I don't know. He just drives me nuts, too.
He's lefty, isn't he?
Yeah. He just drives me nuts. I don't know why.
you know,
but
what?
his name
I
has
like
always
him.
been way more hyped than like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's kind of like. They're all kind of the same, bro. If they want to turn it on, they can turn it on. So
See, here's the thing, and I hate doing. I like him.
you do.
I don't know why, but I've always when I have watched because you see a lot of stuff on social media, but then watch him play, I'm like, man, I don't know why, but I can see because like I've seen videos where they're like he like literally didn't play defense for like 6 possessions, like
Well,
God.
a lot of these
like-
guys do that, dude.
So I don't know, but you think so? He's just I know he scores a lot, but like is he just kind of like more like an and one player? Like, I'm just gonna score. And
Well,
then like
that's why he
whatever.
created that shot that he does. He kind of does that little step back, trying to draw fouls and stuff. Yeah, that's how he plays, dude.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like where your mind's at, dude.
Yeah.
I really do.
So since we're Clinton guys, bro, I feel like we need to at least discuss some Clinton
Yeah,
sports.
we're gonna get in
before we
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. I think we're good here.
before we get it rolling.
Yep. Let's go. So here's the thing. Let's jump into Clinton High boys and girls basketball.
I think we should do that. Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do
That
those.
sounds fun.
Okay. Kind of move down this. Okay.
I know you did your research a little bit.
Did a little research today, guys. It took me like 2 minutes, and I will give a shout out to Coach David Lakin from
man.
Lakin from the Clinton Community School District.
Okay.
He gave me a little info. I asked him stats. He didn't say anything about anybody, so just stats. But I actually went on Iowa Preps, which is what I went back, or Max Preps back in the day.
So anybody can look at this.
Yeah, anybody can find this. So, like again, we're talking about incorporating coaches and stuff like that and getting them on here. So I went back to the Clinton High boys basketball program, and I went back the last 5 years.
Okay. So that goes back to what, 2017?
17-18 season.
Okay.
Okay. So one state appearance since 2010. So it's been, 12, 13 years.
Right.
Which, again, hey, making it to state, like, yeah, I mean, that's a difficult process.
Oh, yeah. Especially in that level.
Yeah. And we made it to, our senior year, baseball, it's tough. It's tough to do.
Yeah, I remember because I didn't play. So.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying. But you remember.
I was rapping at that point.
Okay. Yeah, you was making beats.
Snapping and rapping, you know, baby.
Dave T, baby. Let's go. If Dave T's listening, maybe he'll hear that.
Oh,
But they literally, I looked at the stats and, from 17 and 18, 3 and 21, 18 and 19, 2 and 22, 19 and 20, 2 and 18, 20, 21, 1 and 18, 21, 22 season, 3 and 22. And, I look at that and it's the same thing like when I go to the girls. Like the girls' last state appearance was 1998. And, we were, like 10
that was the
years
last
old.
state appearance?
State appearance, 1998.
Right.
Kind of the same thing with record-wise. And I think from what I found on Max Preps is, I think they've had some changeover in coaches and things like that.
It seems like they do, yeah, like every other year lately. Seems like.
Then that sounds right.
I mean, there'd be nothing cooler than seeing them thrive again, the program and stuff.
Right.
Honestly, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And see, I've been far removed from here for the last 12 years, but I
you're
guess
you're always a River King.
Hey,
because you're the king, baby. 2006 was it?
2006 Homecoming King.
Jeremy
Jeremy.
P.
Oh, you could say
Stenda.
JP. I wish they would have said JP Stenda.
That would have been sweet.
Man, way better, dude,
Yeah.
than Jeremy Stenda. Jeremy Stenda. But, looking at both of them, like, exactly what you're saying, like, the changeover in coaches, it's hard to build a program that way, right? If you don't have you got to have somebody that's there for a couple of years, 4 or 5, probably 5 years, really. 4 or 5 years to get the buy-in, the weights, the conditioning.
Yeah, and the kids coming up and all that stuff. You got to build it, man.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say about Clinton. At least when we were there, and I won't talk about anybody that's ever talked about Clinton since we left there. I think they always, I was very fortunate with the coaches and stuff we had, and I think we had people that really cared. I will say this: the teachers, I thought they did. I love that place. I think that the teachers cared, the administrators cared. I believe that the coach, they wanted what was best for you, and it was an era of probably, again, you're just way different era of maybe accountability, or hey, they preach going out for multiple sports and doing these things. And when I look at these two programs, I'm like, man, like you said, why are they not getting the athletes out? Because they're just like, hey, I want to focus on this sport only. Like kind of we were talking earlier. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just want to focus on this sport only. They don't want to,
It's that, and it's a lot of there's a lot to it. I think it's a lot of kids leaving to go to other schools because other schools are doing good right now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of I don't want my kid to get hurt, and it's a lot of there's a lot to it, I think, and then all that does is progress into just a method, or I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just a way, like a trend. It's a trend, It's like, okay, well, if he's leaving, then the team's not going to be good, so I'm not going to play, and it's a lot of that stuff nowadays, and that also going back to what we talked about before, it has a lot to do with social media, has a lot to do with parents want their kids to be professional athletes, even though they probably never will be. But again, it's hard as a parent. You want your kid to be the best, but there's just a lot of misconstrued opinions and blurry vision when it comes to situations like that at that age. Realistically, they're all just kids, man. And if they want to be great, let them be great. If they don't, then just let them bond and learn things from a team aspect and stuff like that. So that's.
I go back to kind of your point there. Like, and again, I hate saying this, kids. I don't even know what the percentage is. We could look it up. We don't even need to look it up.
No, we don't.
Next to none to say your kid's not going to be a professional athlete. If they want to go play Division III, or they get Division III, Division II, Division I. There's still work. Right. That is still work.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you don't just step on Division III and like, oh, I'm so great and I'm gonna be the best. It's work, and nonetheless, I guess getting back to like these programs, like I see those stats and I think like it's probably a lot of just, you have different, like you said, different turnover in coaches, kids for different reasons don't go out. I don't believe at all, and maybe I'm wrong because I've not been around, that it's the coaches.
No.
I think that every person because I've coached, that. Mm-hmm. Every coach that gets into it, what do they care about? They literally, when you can say you care about kids, you don't get into coaching for money. There's the coach I found online is Coach Marty Daniels for the boys and Coach Marks for the girls. They didn't get into that for no money. There's no money in that. Right. You don't get any money. That's a stipend on their check for if they teach. They don't even see.
Yeah, it's because they're passionate about the game for the most part. They love being around the kids more.
They love being around kids. They want to make a difference. But here's the thing. They can only do so much before it's like, all right, man, these kids are like, like whether they're handicapped from something else, like, well, my parents say this, or, well, I'm going to not do. Like, I feel like there's a lot of influences from the outside that are not necessarily positive. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, here's the thing, like, instead of us trying to divide people in anything, like, why don't you just come in and say, hey, like, we want to be good. We want a good program. Let's come together on the same page. Here's the thing, accept your role.
For sure.
I accepted my role in a lot of things. We'll just say baseball.
Okay.
I pitched.
Yeah.
And I bet you anybody that would tell you when we went to state, 2007, our senior year, there would be anybody that would say, but truthfully, back to like this is you have to accept your role. I was not a good I could not hit a baseball. I was not good at hitting a baseball. I never was, especially once I got to high school.
For sure.
Before that I could, but I could pitch. Yeah. And I pitched the games that every time he said, you go pitch, Stenda, and I'm going to pitch the whole game. Yeah. And that was it. Get a win for us. Let's get out of here. Let's survive and go.
Right. And
I think that's what kids, you just more, and even as a parent.
Everybody wants to be the superstar nowadays,
Yeah.
But this all is full circle with everything we're talking about. It's seeing these professional athletes. Everybody wants to be the superstar.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But, that's kind of the same thing for both of them. But, yeah.
Yeah. I heard something. I actually coached my daughter's softball team this summer, the rec league softball team. And I'll never forget this. That was the first time I coached softball. I'll never forget me hearing this from the umpire. Well, I'm obviously not going to say his name, but one of these games, I get pretty into it when I'm coaching, and I really want to teach the girls, like, how to play and the things that are kind of unteachable in a sense, but I still wanted to try to teach them, like, leading off and when to do this and when you should steal a base and just kind of give them a little bit of an edge and a little bit of a lead on everybody else. So I was trying to teach them stuff, and I remember I was like really into it. I'm like, come on, you got to do this. And the umpire looked at me and he said, Tanner, why are you yelling so much? This is just Erickson Center softball. And I know it's not really like that big of a deal, but like it like all hit me, and I'm like, this is exactly why the feeder programs and stuff, just I'm like, why would you even say that? Like, you don't want somebody like me that really actually wants to teach these girls and get them better.
Let's be honest, it gives a shit.
Yeah, you don't want that. Like, so that's the bad trend about Clinton. Not always, and it doesn't go across the board for all sports, but like, you wonder why. But everybody has the same opinion and has the same mindset. Like, it's just this, so why do you care? But it's like, come on now. Like, if you want to be better, you gotta care. We need everybody to care. Even if it's rec league, whatever. Teach these girls the right way. We're gonna have better athletes, and I don't know. That was just.
What do you mean? Say no. Back up. Don't say you don't know, because you're 150% right.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
I'll never forget that.
They're never going to. It doesn't matter for anybody. Like you're saying, you're never gonna thrive or be anything besides mediocre. If you're like, hey, we're just here to have fun. Here's the thing: if you want to have fun, sorry guys. Don't take any offense to this. I hope nobody does.
Hey, this is our opinion, man.
Go play church league softball at the Erickson Center.
Yeah.
Or at wherever field, and say you're just there to have fun.
Or put on your jorts and go drink a couple beers. And
whatever. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you're just going to have fun and you don't care about the scoring, that's cool. But
although jorts are sweet, just so you know.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, dude, you get, like I said, man, you're on that. And I've been around you enough my whole life. Even though I don't like you a lot of the times, but
it's because you love me.
Yeah. All right.
So, anyways, we talked about what's hot. We talked about what's not. We're gonna get back to what else is hot. So,
oh boy,
we're gonna do this each week. We're gonna do a local spotlight type of thing, where we show some love to a local restaurant. Yeah. Well, I thought nothing better than to kick off episode 1, week 1, with Mike's Fun Foods hot wings, and I told Mike, please give us some really hot sauce. So he gave us some kind of hot sauce and some extremely hot sauce that he said you might not be able to breathe. So I put a little bit of the super hot sauce into this sauce, so we mix it up a little bit.
Yep. Well,
so I don't know if we should douse this, but maybe.
I think you should have 911 on speed dial.
So we're gonna eat these wings, and then we're gonna talk about maybe some giveaways and kind of wrap it up. But we're gonna do this just to humiliate ourselves. And,
do we need
hopefully we enjoy the wings, regardless of how hot they are, because Mike's is definitely a local restaurant. They definitely are a local supporter. They come up to the store with my store, Rival Sports, 85 Main Avenue, with the food truck all the time. They're extremely kind people, and they're giving, and they do a lot of cool things for our community. So that's why we chose them first. So just so you guys know, I want to give a little backstory of why we chose Mike's Fun Foods first.
Bro, so, you sure you want to do this?
No, I don't.
Do we need an okay?
You think we need a napkin this time?
I think you need, hey guys, hold on one second. Let him get those napkins, because I mean, I just feel like 911's going to be in process here. So, or en route. So,
yeah, they might.
Yeah. All right, man.
And we're back.
You guys ready? Are you ready?
What are we doing? Are we dumping?
Well,
I'm going to try to evenly disperse a little bit.
What do you mean? Why are you I don't even know what you're doing. I'm just going on. I don't care.
You're just dumping?
Well, I mean, kind of like
dumping and thumping, baby.
This looks absolutely, I am going to be hurting here in more than 6 ways. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Okay, so these are Mike's Fun Foods wings with the hot sauce.
Yeah, that's hot. Yeah. Uh-huh. I know you're about to be hurt, dog.
Oh, my God. Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, God. I don't have anything left to drink.
You want this?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. This is...
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
How was it?
Probably have a couple more. Probably go to McDonald's a little bit.
Oh,
what do you think about Taco Bell cheesy roll? Dude, actually, I'm
you're what?
I don't know. Dude, this is great. Oh, no. Oh, no. I want to finish it, though. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was good enough. Oh, boy.
Thanks.
Well, if you like that, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty hot. I don't know. You're dead on that, dude.
Wow. I don't know. It tasted good.
Here's the thing.
10 out of 10 on the wing, but the heat, 11 out of 10 on the heat.
Here's the thing. I'm ready to go to King Buffet. I mean,
King Buffet is fire.
Man, y'all see this crazy guy over here? Ooh, it's a little hot.
It keeps getting hotter.
Is it really?
I don't know. I can't even focus right now.
You really?
I don't even know where I'm at.
Do you want this?
No, go ahead. You want it or want me to?
We'll have some. I don't want you to die. Are we going to move on with the podcast if you're not here?
We have a giveaway, but I don't know where it's at. Where did it go?
I don't know what you do with it.
It doesn't matter. We don't got to show it. We can talk about it.
So you want to do a giveaway real quick?
Yeah, let's do a giveaway.
All right, so we got a giveaway. If Random can make it
give my soul away.
I mean, yeah.
And my lips because they're on fire, baby.
And then so's the bottom half, too.
Yeah, it's about to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got a giveaway. We're going to do a $20 gift card.
Where are we doing the gift card from?
Rival Sports.
So we got to give. Oh my God, that's sick.
Fill them in. Tell them.
If you guys could smell my breath just now. Oh God. So we're gonna do a giveaway for Rival Sports, which is my store, 85 Main Avenue, Clinton, Iowa.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God, dude, that's so hot. So, JP told me, hey, let's do a first week giveaway to Rival Sports. I'm like, okay, good idea, great idea. So what we're gonna do is, everybody that shares the podcast, whether it's audio or video, does not matter, to their social media and tags that specific social media. So if you share it on Instagram, you got to tag us on Instagram. If you share it on Facebook, you got to tag Honeywell Heroes on Facebook and vice versa, or Snapchat. So everybody that shares and tags us will be entered in to win a $20 gift certificate for Rival Sports. Simple as that, right? Nothing else to it.
I mean, I think you got.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw out of a hat next week. So you have an entire week. Well, not necessarily. So whenever this drops, you'll have from whenever it drops until we film.
Yeah, but we'll let them know.
So it'll be a few days.
Put it on social media though.
Yeah,
let them all know. We're not gonna put them in the dust like
True.
that.
Yeah. No dusting, baby.
We don't do that because you know why? We're truthful men, and you know what we are? We are honorable.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know.
If we're gonna give it away. And what else? So you can find us here on YouTube if you're watching the video, or here on Spotify if you're listening on Spotify, or wherever you're listening. Maybe it's Apple Podcasts or whatever. So you can also find us on Instagram. It's at Honeywell Heroes. You can find us on Snapchat, Honeywell Heroes. What else do we got?
You said
is that all we got right now?
And then Facebook, which is the Honeywell.
Yeah, Honeywell Heroes podcast. So,
yep, on Facebook.
Yeah, so if you feel like following us, we're going to try to keep you guys updated every single day with what we got going on. And, you guys can interact with us. So like, hey, you should talk about this next podcast, or you should do this, or you should eat some dog food, Jeremy, or something like, something.
I'm going to do it one way or the other. Whether people want it or not, I'm doing it because I've done it before.
Or if, maybe somebody that would be cool on the podcast as a guest, let us know. I know I kind of discussed this earlier, but we want to know, input. Input is huge because we want to give you guys what you want to hear and watch and all that stuff. So if you want Jeremy to be in a bikini next week, he will. No, he won't.
You don't. You do not. I mean, I wouldn't even want to see that.
Right.
But yeah, you know what? I think, you're the man. You're the man, the myth, the legend, and you covered it. And you know what? Here's the deal. I keep saying but I like it because and it makes sense. And
you know what I'm talking about? So,
Wow,
anyways,
man.
hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is our first podcast ever. We hope you guys like it. I think for the first one, it went pretty well. I don't know. We blabbed a little bit, but it's cool.
Dude, here's the thing. We're living, and guess what? If these people don't want to live, then guess what? Adios, my man.
Honeywell Heroes, Random Tanner, Jeremy P. Stenda. We beat the Yankees. We were one of 5 teams back in the day. Right?
You got it, my man.
Peace.
Adios. Peace.
Love y'all.